I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
That hot mess that they air in the mornings, called The View, had to issue not one, not two, not three, but 4 corrections.
You won't believe this shocking revelation. The perspective is currently in complete disarray, and no, this isn't just another petty celebrity feud. Rather, it's a serious legal catastrophe that might put a stop to good country. The entertainment business as a whole is being rocked by the stunning $900 million lawsuit that superstar Carrie Underwood has smacked The View's co-host with. This isn't just a small legal snag, it's the kind of litigation that might end the longest-running talk show on television.
Country superstar Carrie Underwood has spent most of her career avoiding political talk, but she's set to perform at the upcoming inauguration. She said in a statement that she's doing it because the country must come together in the spirit of unity and look to the future. And lots of her fans aren't thrilled about it, but...
Now, how did we get here? What dramatic incident led to this historic court case? Be prepared for an exciting tale that began when Carrie Underwood shocked fans by revealing that she would be performing at Donald Trump's second inauguration. This was no ordinary performance, though, as she intended to join the United States Naval Academy Glee Club and the Armed Forces Chorus, making it a high-profile patriotic occasion. This move sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Carrie Underwood's decision to perform at Trump's inauguration sparked a flurry of speculation on the internet, with many wondering if it was a betrayal of her fan base or if she was picking sides in one of the most divisive political climates in history. The View co-hosts, however, did not hold back and went all in on Carrie's decision, questioning everything from her motivations to her reputation. Did they go too far, though? Carrie seems to believe that they did, because The View is currently facing a lawsuit so large that it could bring everything to an abrupt end, and trust me, this is just the beginning.
It's always amusing to see what pisses the left off, because then you get a really good visual of where their priorities lie. There are a lot of people on the left right now that are more outraged by Carrie Underwood performing at Trump's inauguration than they are over Democrat mismanagement literally burning down America's second largest city. And they want to make fun of us when we don't have A-list artists performing at our events, but then when we do, they're about ready to come us. Get a grip on reality. I understand maturity and tolerance is like unknown territory for you, but there are a lot of famous people who don't think like you, and there are very few people who would pass up an inauguration gig because, well, it's a presidential inauguration, it's a historical event. Regardless, you don't get to cheer for your twerking rappers at Kamala's rallies and then criticize a Christian country artist for wanting to show love to her country and share her talent to welcome in the next president. Carrie Underwood has said herself that we should come together in the spirit of unity, which is a message you guys like to preach about constantly, but never want to put into play when it actually matters. A bunch of self-proclaimed champions of free speech and choice, but only...
Elisa Griffin went straight for the money angle, suggesting that Carr's decision was not about politics or patriotism, but rather pure profit. She claimed that Trump's large following made her decision to perform at his event a calculated business move. In other words, she implied that Carrie Underwood was only looking for a payday. However, Joy Behar then arrived and didn't hold back at all, even going so far as to call Carrie un-American for accepting the invitation to sing. Yes, you read correctly. She openly questioned Carr's patriotism and integrity simply because she accepted the invitation and she wasn't alone. Sonny Horton immediately jumped in to support Joy's claim that she manufactured it. Even while Crystal Clear acknowledged that she couldn't carry a tune to save her life, she argued that her response would still be a firm no. If she had been in the Carr's shoes, she would have flatly rejected the offer. Next, Whoopi Goldberg took a slightly different stand. Although she didn't personally support Carr's choice, she did defend her right to make it, pointing out that everyone has the freedom to pursue their own career paths, regardless of how contentious they may seem. However, this is where Whoopi added an intriguing twist, comparing the entire situation to the famous meeting between Mabriza Zinn and Joe Scarborough of the MSNBC and Trump at Mar-a-Lago. What did she mean when she said that this wasn't just about Carrie, but also about power, influence, and who gets a pass for their political connections? Despite their intense argument, the co-hosts somehow agreed that this performance would be a turning point in Carrie Underwood's career. On Inauguration Day, the stage was set, and she was just a few seconds away from performing America the Beautiful following Trump's 30-minute inaugural address. However, just when everything seemed to be going well, a technical glitch nearly threw her entire performance off course. The pressure was high, the stakes were high, and millions of people were watching, but Carrie didn't panic. Instead, she did what true professionals do. She improvised like a pro and gave a stunning performance, demonstrating that no controversy or setback could hold her back. Little did she know that the View's words would come back to haunt them in unexpected ways.
Miss Carrie Underwood, Miss Season 4 American Idol winner. I'm gonna dig a key into your car. I'm gonna swing a Louisville Slugger to both your headlights. What are you doing? What are you doing during the inauguration? Hello? Miss, are times that tough? Is no one listening to Before He Cheats anymore? Like, what? Carrie, baby, no.
Carrie Underwood did something unexpected when the technical issue almost destroyed everything. She abandoned the instruments, performed a cappella, and made the moment unforgettable for millions of people watching live. She took over the stage and invited the audience to join in, resulting in a spine-tingling performance that left guests in awe inside the White House. Top officials gave clear standing ovations and thunderous applause, but there was one significant exception. The co-hosts weren't clapping, and when their response or lack thereof went viral on social media, it was an all-out war Twitter. A huge debate broke out on Facebook and throughout the internet. The main question was whether Carrie Underwood was a hero or a traitor, if she was standing up for her convictions or if she was playing a political game. Suddenly, Carrie was scrutinized more than ever before, and fans began researching her political background to find out where she truly stood and what they discovered. This sent the internet into a frenzy for years. A shocking rumor started to spread like wildfire, despite Carrie's careful preservation of her objectivity, which included never publicly debating politics, never aligning with any political party, and avoiding controversy like the plague. Carrie has long been a silent Trump supporter, according to some reports, and this performance wasn't just another concert. Rather, it was a deliberate message. Was this the case, though, or was it just another attempt to drag her into a political dispute that she didn't want to be a part of? When asked about the issue in a prior interview, Carrie herself stated, "I try to stay far out of politics if possible, at least in public, because nobody wins."
Doctor.
Hey, do you have that Obamacare?
Obamacare? What's that? What's that?
Oh, it's great. It's great. I started signing up last Thursday and I'm almost done. Let's go to the website and get you signed up.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Let's see. This can't be too hard,
Why
right?
is it spinning?
Oh, it does that.
Okay. Why is it smoking?
I don't. Maybe we should restart it. Obamacare by morning. Why is this taking so long? So long.
I'm gonna wind up with hemorrhoids if I stay here till dawn. We'll have cataracts and dementia. Oh, this is getting on my last nerve. Obamacare by morning. Over 6 people served.
Finish that later.
However, it now appeared that avoiding it was no longer an option. The internet had spoken. When Carrie Underwood was involved in a scandal that she didn't anticipate, things became completely out of control. Everyone expected a simple black and white explanation of Carrie's political stance, but the reality wasn't that straightforward for years. Carrie had meticulously walked the line, never fully disclosing her political views, but astute fans weren't buying it. They looked closely and discovered key moments that allegedly suggested her political views. In 2012, reports surfaced that she had registered as a Republican, but it's still unclear if she voted for Trump. On STS 2016, she proudly displayed her "I voted" sticker on a casual car selfie on Facebook, but she never disclosed who she voted for. Was this a subtle message, or was it just another attempt to remain neutral? Then, in a rare instance, Carrie took to the public, slamming Tennessee state legislators for passing an ag-gag bill, a law that many saw as anti-animal rights. It was seen by some as a progressive position. Others said it had no political significance, but following her Trump inauguration performance, fans quickly made the connection. Had the signs been there all along? Was her passionate speech about peace and unity genuinely genuine, or was it just a clever public relations ploy? For a while, Carrie remained utterly silent, refusing to participate, explain, or feed the controversy. But the internet doesn't wait. It makes its own in search of solutions, and then the unimaginable occurred. A full-fledged boycott movement went viral on social media. Former admirers became protesters, urging others to stop listening to her music altogether. In a matter of days, people were actively blocking her on streaming services, removing her songs from playlists, and encouraging others to follow suit. After enduring years of hard work, countless hits, and a legacy built on talent, Carrie Underwood's career suddenly came to an abrupt end due to a single performance. She must have wondered, why am I the one paying the price for this? After enduring unrelenting scrutiny, backlash, and a full-blown boycott, she finally reached her breaking point and decided she wasn't going down without a fight. She was done remaining silent and allowing people to bring her name into disrepute, so she took a decision that rocked the entertainment industry to its foundation. Carrie flipped the script and filed a staggering $900 million lawsuit against the co-hosts and producers she blamed for causing this entire mess. However, she and her supporters wanted the show to be permanently canceled, putting the longest-running daytime talk show known for its ruthless arguments and unrelenting controversy in grave danger of going out of business.
If you haven't heard yet, Miss Carrie Underwood, yeah, she signed up to sing at the potential inauguration. So if that's a deal breaker for you, like it is for me, and you have a Spotify, get over there and block her. You can block artists that you don't want, that you know support Dumpty. So if you don't know how to do that, you go to the artist, you go to 3 dots, you click that. Then you can click block artist. So I suggest that we all do that. Yeah, there's a few songs I like of her, but it's not worth it. Not worth it. We're not supporting mega lovers. Not doing it. So I suggest you go do that too. Plus, it's not a deal breaker.
Naturally, the show has always been controversial. Ever since its 1997 premiere, there have been rumors of backstage manipulation, with producers allegedly pressuring co-hosts to incite controversy, attack guests, and create viral moments in order to boost ratings. However, it appears that this tactic may finally be catching up with them. Over the years, Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, and Sunny Tin have all been the target of explosive accusations. Some have accused them of racism, sexism, and stifling opposing viewpoints. Many claim that guests hardly have time to speak before they are ambushed, interrupted, or humiliated, and in some cases, things have ended in total disaster. For example, in one of the show's most notorious scandals, Whoopi Goldberg defended Bill Cosby. At the time, Cosby was facing numerous claims of sexual assault, but Whoopi was hesitant to denounce him. This sparked outrage, and before she knew it, she was receiving calls for her own cancellation. Fans can't keep track of how many times Bahar's name has been linked to trouble. Since Carrie Underwood's lawsuit is rocking the industry, all of her past scandals are coming to light like never before. Could this be the last straw for The View, or will the show manage to survive another firestorm? One of her biggest scandals started when old pictures of her appeared online. The pictures showed her wearing a very dubious Halloween costume that many people found offensive and inappropriate.
We have to start by saying that, like every American this morning, we are heartbroken.
When Joy Behar got into trouble over an old Halloween costume during a piece about the resurgence of the practice of embracing natural curls, one of the most notorious moments in The View's history reappeared. On the screen was a picture of happiness with black makeup. Raven Sim didn't mince words when she asked if Joy had darkened her complexion with tanning lotion. Joy's reaction, in which she dismissed it with a casual remark that it was Halloween and that I was dressed as a stunning African woman, was met with immediate and severe criticism, which compelled her to apologize publicly. However, this was only one of several incidents that stoked indignation against the show in recent years. Since Trump's second inauguration, the co-hosts have been accused of being too political, spreading false information, and dividing viewers. Their vehement views, which range from disparaging Carrie Underwood's choice to sing at the ceremony to criticizing Trump's cabinet choices, have made many fans more enemies than before. This most recent scandal was the last straw. Cries to end the show were about years of controversy, bias, and unbridled drama, not just Carrie anymore. The show had weathered many storms, but could it withstand this one? And if it did, what would happen to the co-hosts' careers after that? After operating the most talked-about daytime show for decades, they eventually had to face the consequences. Will they be able to avoid cancellation again, or is this the end of the show? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Remember to like and subscribe, and keep checking back, because this narrative is far from over. We hope to see you in the next one.